Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting into a really fascinating story, the saga of Elias, who starts as a poor cafe worker, and Princess Isabella, the heir to the Eldrin throne.
Right. And it's more than just, a forbidden love story. Our mission here is to look at how their connection essentially lit the fuse for a huge revolution, one that really ripped the lid off the kingdom's darkest secrets.
Exactly. Let's start with the setup. The contrast is pretty stark, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. You've got Elias, he's about 25, working in this old cafe, lost his parents young. Sources describe him as tall, lean, gray eyes, but with this sort of defiant spark. He's not content.
And then there's Isabella, 22, golden hair, surrounded by complete luxury, but she calls the palace a golden cage. Feels totally suffocated by it all.
Yeah, it's that classic setup. And the moment they actually meet, it's pure drama.
It really is. Isabella's doing a charitable visit, one of those royal duties, in a poor part of Eldrin.
And a child runs out right in front of her carriage horses.
And Elias just dives in, pulls the kid out of the way, saves him.
That look they share, then it's electric. It's the spark, like you said, crossing those rigid class lines instantly.
But that kind of spark draws attention, especially unwanted attention.
Enter Prince Adrian, the king's nephew, ambitious, and, crucially, the guy who's supposed to marry Isabella.
He finds out about their secret meetings pretty quickly.
And his reaction tells you everything. He doesn't start with politics or warnings. He sends thugs, masked men to physically attack Elias. It's brutal right from the start.
Yeah, he establishes the stakes immediately. It's not a negotiation, it's violence.
And that violence just escalates. Adrian realizes, I think, that getting rid of Elias isn't enough. He wants the throne itself.
So he needs a bigger play. He decides to frame them both for treason.
And look at the crime he picks. Sabotaging the royal depots.
Which is incredibly strategic. Why that?
Well, think about it. Sabotage the food supply depots, create scarcity. Who do the common people blame?
They blame the ones accused Elias, and by extension, the princess supporting him. It turns public opinion instantly.
Exactly. It gives him the perfect cover for his endgame.
Which is murdering King Frederick III, his own uncle.
Right in the throne room, cold-blooded, seizes the crown.
And immediately puts out the story, Elias's men killed the king, blaming the victim of his plotting.
It's a masterclass in manipulation, just ruthless.
But here's where it gets even more complex. Adrian, for all his scheming, wasn't the ultimate power, was he?
No, not even close. Just as things seem to be reaching a peak, Isabella gets abducted. And this reveals Adrian was basically just a high-level pawn.
A pawn for who?
A powerful secret organization. The sources call them the Black Brotherhood. They've been pulling the strings behind the scenes all along.
Wow. So the real darkness wasn't the corrupt court, but this hidden group.
And then comes the biggest twist of all, the one that hits Elias personally.
Go on.
The Grand Master of this Black Brotherhood. It's Elias's own father, the one he thought was dead.
No way. His father.
Yes. And the father reveals Elias wasn't just some random escapee. He was groomed by the Brotherhood, called him their greatest child. Raised in their secret schools, apparently escaped during something called the Vienna Institute Massacre.
So Elias isn't just fighting a class war, he's fighting his own legacy, his own bloodline.
Precisely. It reframes the entire revolution.
Yeah.
It's about cleansing this inherited dark power structure.
And he has to make a choice. What does he do?
He confronts his father. And he kills him.
Kills his own father, the head of the Brotherhood.
He does. Then escapes. He finds Isabella, links up with Orrin the king's loyal former counselor. They need allies.
And they start fighting back for real. The Red Revolution begins.
Their first major victory is capturing Drakholm Fortress. That's Adrian's main stronghold. It sends a huge message.
Adrian doesn't take that lying down, I imagine.
No, his reprisals are savage. The Villarn Valley Massacre is the worst example. He tries to crush the rebellion through sheer terror, make people believe Elias can't protect them.
But Elias keeps going. There's mention of him surviving a huge attack.
Yeah, he's badly wounded, presumed dead by many, which, interestingly, he seems to use to his advantage. Lowers Adrian's guard.
Then the final confrontation. Adrian's holding some kind of victory celebration.
Thinks he's won, and Elias leads the charge right into the palace, straight for Adrian.
It ends where it began, then, in the throne room.
A duel. Elias kills Adrian. The tyrant is dead. The people rise up across the city. The Red Revolution succeeds.
And the outcome. The former cafe worker.
Crowned King Elias by Isabella herself, he promises a new beginning where power belongs to the people.
A promise bought with a lot of blood, his own included. in a way.
Absolutely. Forged in the fires of war and betrayal.
Which brings us perfectly to our final deep dive question for you today. Elias won. He saved the kingdom, took the throne. But he had to kill his own father, the real power behind the corruption in his rival, Adrian. He used brutal methods to achieve freedom. So, looking forward for King Elias, what's the bigger challenge now? Is it the practical task of rebuilding a shattered nation? Or is it shedding the bloody, ruthless tactics he was forced to adopt to get there in the first place? Can the Savior wash the blood off his hands?